to the bad guy. Yeah, Chico. Yeah, Chico. You're talking to the bad guy. Toothpick in your eye. I'm that guy. Hey, y'all. Look, something happened to these, something happened to you, okay?
What's going on, everybody, man? It's your Bob McClellan here on SMACM World. I got a very special guest. Introduce yourself.
It's Damon Felder, the
got,
one and only.
We got my boy Damon Felder, man, here, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Before we start off, man, you know, I got to make sure you get your roses, man. So, man, what you did for the city of Macomb, man, goes unmatched, man. What you did for your community, how you led by example, being a family man, you know, father, great husband. I met you, man, it's been about 10, 12 years now, man. We've been friends for 12 years, man. One of my first coaching buddies, man. Always somebody I could call if I needed to ask questions, vice versa for me, man. If need anything, man, I always come in the clutch, man, and always, you know, share ideas and talk about life. And I really appreciate that about you, man. I'm just glad, you know, I can call you my friend, man, and I'm glad you came on the show, man.
Hey, man, I feel special. Good. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So let's get right into it, man. Let's go to the beginning. We talk about people's journeys, man. Let's talk about your time in Macomb, man. Let's talk about your high school years as an athlete, man, as a student athlete. Let's go back.
Begin, man.
Man, it's on you. This is your journey, man. This is about you.
You know, it's a lot, but I ain't gonna take up all day. But
okay,
I can say, you know, I'm from Macomb. Very proud to be from there.
Yeah.
It's deeply rooted with sports and stuff like that. So just being one of the people from there that they consider one of the best players they ever played, you know, that's something I'm proud of. But you know, everybody got a story. So it's a lot of humble beginnings. You know, growing up, not having a lot of money. You know, single parent mom, moved to Macomb, from Macomb to New Orleans, back to Macomb. Stayed with my aunt for a while. While my mom was trying to get everything straight with my dad, and they were going through a divorce. So stayed with my aunt, me and my two older sisters for a while. You know, thing was rough. I think I stayed with her from like kindergarten to maybe like the 4th grade, and then my mom came back and got us. But you know, just like every little kid in our era, our age, whatever, you know, you don't really know you poor or nothing like that. You know, just having fun. So just playing a lot of neighborhood sports. Kickball, football, baseball, softball, we did it all. We had a big field right next to where my grandfather lived before we moved over there, and the guy over there just let us play on the field. So it's been like that with athletics for a while, man. And I didn't ever get to play Little League, man.
Me
like,
either, man. Don't feel bad.
Like
so you couldn't play because y'all couldn't afford it. I got you.
It, man. Like,
I got you.
I used to go to the game when she let me go, because you know I couldn't have the street lights to catch me. So, but I'd be standing on that fence, man, like, oh boy, I can't wait to play. You know, all my friends playing, and you know, not by this age, you know, little girls looking at you, whatever, they looking at them. I'm standing there like, but you know, 7th grade saved me. I go to 7th grade, start playing, score a couple touchdowns, and they didn't even think of me. Because I played with Robert Isaac that played at Mississippi State. I started running back. I was a backup. I go in and I score. They think it's him. They announce his name on the announcement, you know, at school. I'm sitting there like, don't nobody even know me. Like I'm telling you, I'm like nobody knew me. Yeah. They would see me play, but nobody knew who I was. Like in school, I was real quiet because for one, I didn't have a lot, so I stayed quiet so nobody would pick on me and stuff. So you know, I just went to school. Then 8th grade come and I was horrible, man. God, all bad.
Man, you was cutting up in class?
No, I was bad on the field.
Oh, on the field. Okay, you showboat. You showboat. I already know what you're talking about.
No, none of that. I was sorry. Man, oh, God.
I thought you was saying you was showboat, man. Everybody got to do it.
Man, I played fullback and middle linebacker.
Man, ain't no way. How much you weighed back then? You remember?
Listen,
you about $140.
When I went to the from 9th to high school, from 9th to 10th grade, I was 143. Come on. So this is 8th grade.
So you small linebacker.
But I was hitting people though.
Okay.
But oh my God, I was bad. So it really got bad at that point. It's like nobody knew me. So I go to 9th grade and start running track and playing football, and they moved me to a receiver. They moved to a receiver and defensive back. Okay. And I was mad because I wanted to be a linebacker, and I wanted to be Walter Payton. So taking me away from the two positions, I was really, really mad. Really.
Okay.
But I ended up the season with 7 interceptions, man. The high school coach saw me and he was like, hey, little fella, you gonna come play some defense for me? I was like, yes, sir. But in Macomb, sophomores really don't start like that.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't gonna start. So, you know, I just agreed, and spring training, first day, put me in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
I'm just running with my eyes closed, just running into people. And the coach started calling me a little Tasmanian devil. He was like, you know, little Tasmanian devil. So a lot of the other players on the team were like, they was mad. You know, upperclassmen, they were like, yeah, we gonna get them tomorrow at practice stuff. I heard them saying that.
Yeah.
So I quit.
He ain't want to smoke.
I wasn't coming back out there, man. So for a whole week, I was at home. I wasn't playing no football, man.
This spring ball, yeah.
10th grade, ninth grade, going to 10th grade. Nah, I'm not playing football. I see them, and then my sister came home from Alcorn one day and saw me, and she said, why you not at practice? And I said, well, the coach let us off. She was like, nah, I just saw them over there.
Right.
She's like, if you don't go back to practice, I'm telling mama. I said, all right. So I went back. Now I'm knowing that I'm not going to start.
Yeah.
And get over there, go through the drills, get in the team, failed to go to corner. And I've been there ever since.
You fell in love with it, didn't you? You fell in love with corner.
I fell in love when I saw Dion my junior
Prime
year.
time.
My sophomore year, I led the team in interceptions, but I was a real quiet person. It was only 3 sophomores starting, me, Derek Lang, and Robert Isaac. He started running back, Derek at D-tackle, I was at corner. So
And that's not normal in Macomb
no,
at the time.
Man, I was 143. So that was the one they pick on. They threw the ball at me a lot. So, you know, but I held my own, and then I saw Dion my junior year, and everything went crazy from there.
Yeah. Was you spatting in?
No, Macomb wasn't that. We
do
were
that.
like an Alabama type tradition school. Like, you can't do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had calf high socks on my sophomore year. I think I had some elbow. It was ugly. I was ugly. But then I saw Dion. I came home and I saw Sports Center, and I saw him chase Jerry Rice on the slant and catch him. And I was like, he got a penalty for it. And I said, well, who is that? You know, back then we didn't have no replay. Couldn't rewind it. So I was like, I'm going to find out who that is. So I found out who he was. And then my brother-in-law, who was playing receiver at Alcorn, took me to a game. And I saw when McNair all came out with the all-black spat.
All spit, It was over with.
That was a wrap.
It was over with that black. That was
a wrap.
So wait, so this about 91, 92?
This one was 90. It was 92 season.
Okay,
going into 92.
And you wore the all black spec. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That made me and my brother Hakeem, we was playing flag and we wanted to spat up like McNair. Cause it's just the look. I'm like, man, I want to spat up.
It was nothing like it, man.
No.
But the crazy part was the way I did it, because I told you we were traditional. We couldn't do that type of stuff. So what I did was, by this time, I'm going in, I'm a returning starter. I'm the only returning starter for the secondary besides the safety, who was a senior, who's one of my best friends. And I just wanted to do something different, man. And you remember Coach Milton?
Yeah.
Coach Milton was my defensive back coach in Macomb, and he let me get away with a lot of stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of stuff, but he let me be me. Like, as long as you make plays,
right?
Do what you do.
Keep going.
So we get a homecoming,
Yeah.
and I went and stole some tape from the training room, and I had been practicing, so I spat my shoes up, and I was kind of hiding it. So, and this was after warm-ups.
Yeah,
I didn't want them to see me warm up. So I get my best friend, who's the trainer. I was like, hey, you got some black spray paint? And he's like, nah. I said, but he said, I got some shoe polish, some black. He had like a dip.
Yeah.
All right. So he gave it to me. So we went outside, spat up, and then he painted it black.
Yeah.
So I came back in, sat in my locker, put a stool in front of my feet. And I was sitting there like this the whole time. Now everybody on the team see it, and they looking at me like, this dude finna get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I just sat there. So we walk out the door, go up there, hype the team up, run out on the field. And right when I was running to the sideline, Coach Milton grabbed me. And he said, mess up one time, you're taking it off. And I was like, I got you, Coach. And I never messed up. He let me do it.
Yeah.
He let me do it from that point on, man.
That spat, man, definitely make you look good, man. So
Make you feel good.
make you feel good and you play good.
Yeah,
The prime quote, man.
God.
Yeah,
I'm conflicted with Dion, man. But we'll get into
that. We'll get into that. Hey, so man, after your illustrious career at Macomb, man, you know everybody has to make a decision if they're gonna extend their career, man. What was you at? How kind of give us a story on that?
I think I can write a book. My wife told me that too. I need to write a book, man.
Yeah.
Cause it's a lot, man. We didn't have real good counselors at Macomb, right? So, and I wasn't one to be running to the counselor or doing that. So ACT wise, I wasn't even thinking about it until I started getting recruited, right? So get a couple recruits. I think my first recruit was Ball State. Well, Alcorn, Ball State, and who was it? It was Alcorn, Ball State, and somebody. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. Came to homecoming my senior year. So I had 2 interceptions against Amen County. Ran it back for touchdowns, right? So Alcorn never said nothing to me, ever. Now, mind you, SMACM world, my entire family went to Alcorn. Well, here and there a few didn't, but the majority, everybody went to Alcorn. So that's all I knew. Growing up, my sisters were both sisters was in the band. Both of my brother-in-laws played football. My grandfather went, my uncle went, my aunts went. It was everybody. So I really want to go to Alcorn. They wouldn't even recruit me. So, and then Cardell Jones is from Macomb.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like,
and
Brad McGowan, Macomb.
Okay.
And he was the one that came to the game that saw me play.
Man, that's crazy.
Still didn't recruit me. So I like, oh man. So I never had the chance to take the ACT during football season. We were playing South Pike, which was the rival back then, We lost. So the next day I didn't go take it. Then we had Community City Relays in track, which is the big track meet in Macomb. That was on the same day the ACT. Skipped it again. So February comes, signing day. All these people calling me, right? And I gotta tell them I didn't take the ACT. So after that, they just stopped. Everybody stopped talking to me. And I just didn't know what to do. Now, mind you, my mom went to junior college, got a nursing degree, whatever, but she didn't know all this stuff.
Right.
And no other male adult around me had been through a process of getting recruited and stuff like that. So they didn't know, and I didn't know who to talk to. So, man, I messed around and Mississippi College. Mississippi College called me. Nothing against Mississippi College, but that's all I had. And I was about to sign with them. And he told me pending ACT. That's what it was. So I went and took the ACT. Oh, the other school was Tulane. That's what it was. So go take the ACT, and I'm waiting, and nobody's still talking to me. Now, Southwest Community College was talking to me, but I turned them down. And I think I upset the coach because he called me back kind of like, what you gonna do?
Right.
And I kept saying, no disrespect, I just don't want to go to junior college. So, and man, so I get to ACT school, it's 18. I'm running down the hall of the school. Like, I'm going to college. And then signing day over with.
Yeah.
So nobody's talking to me except Mississippi College. But the defensive coordinator, I think he might have been a D-back coach, gets a job at Delta State. So he leaves. That's who recruited me. Nobody talking to me from that point on. So I'm sitting at home like,
what I'm gonna do?
Southwest call again.
Yeah.
Well, we heard your offer fell through. We don't have much money left, but we think we can work something out for y'all. Like, well, sir, no disrespect, I'm not. I go try out somewhere, something. I don't know. Well, good thing was my running back Robert Isaac signed with Mississippi State. Coach Milton played baseball at Mississippi State. Jackie Sherrill comes to Macomb to talk to Milton about Rob. I walk in the field house and Coach Milton says, hey, Jackie, this is the guy I was telling you about that played for us, lost state and all that, but ACT-wise, he did all this and he doesn't have an offer. And Jackie Sherrill said, well, how about coming to Mississippi State being Robert Isaac's roommate?
Man, come on, man.
I'm like, what? Oh, Delta State had started talking to me too at the time. I didn't even know where that was.
Yeah.
So I was like, you serious? He was like, yeah, go on, apply for school, this, or whatever. Okay, I did it. Went home, did it all. Had it all set up, going to Mississippi State. 2 weeks before football camp started, I'm laying in bed. My mom came in, she's like, you ready? We're gonna do this. I said, Mom, I don't wanna go. Because I was small, man. I wasn't but 150 pounds when I graduated. So, 150 pound
SEC football.
Michael Davis, Kevin Bowie, Eric Mose, Lamont Woodbury. Man, I'm like,
I'm not finna do
no,
that.
I can't do it. So,
Yeah.
messed that up. She was like, I mean, she had a few choice words for me. And so she was like, you gotta figure something out. I said, all right, Mom. So I just called Alcorn, man. I said, talked to Coach Jones. I said, Coach, I was going to Mississippi State. This would happen, this and this. He was like, okay, just come out here. We'll introduce you to a couple coaches, and we just go from there.
Yeah.
See what happens. I said, all right, cool. So go to Alcorn. Have problems getting in school because I didn't apply in time. There was a bunch of stuff going back and forth. Finally get in, and instead of me going to football practice to talk to the coaches, I went to the student union with my friends.
Still do what you want to do.
Hey, for a whole semester, the fall semester, they didn't even know I was at school, man.
Come on, man.
I went, got a student loan, all that. I was a regular student.
Yeah.
Because I saw Mose Robinson in the sub. He was 6'5", 265 defensive end. And I was like, I could have went to Mississippi State for this. They the same size. So, I ain't little football. So I played intramural football. I had 22 interceptions in one season.
Man, had no business out there.
No
bro.
business.
Come on,
the
man.
director of intramural sports, he was about to take me out. He said,
Man,
football players don't support. I said,
Yeah.
man, I don't play no football. He's like, well, you need to be.
I'm telling you,
And
man.
tired, man. I'm telling you. But Steve McNair, you know, one thing about him, I knew Steve. We not buddy like that, but my brother-in-law, Andre Washington, played receiver for them, right? Where my other brother-in-law said Scott played center for Fred McNair. So I've been knowing them for a while. Well, Steve used to come to our house a lot with Dre, because you know, with my sister and stuff like that. So I always was seeing him, he would talk, whatever. I was younger. So he saw me. I went to practice one day, and I was just standing on the sideline watching. And he saw me, and he was like, don't you supposed to be playing football out here? I said, yeah, but, you know, I'm kind of small. I don't know. And he was like, man, I better see you at practice tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, I got you, man. He was like, you can do it? I said, all right, cool. He put his stuff in the car and left. I walked away. Still didn't go back.
You was not going out there.
Oh man, I don't know what it was, man. Like it was the same thing from high school, man. I don't know. Just I was like, I've always been fast.
Yeah.
Always been just make play, whatever. But I always was so
small.
crazy. Yeah. Like I was small. Like I can't do this, whatever. And I ain't have a problem tackling people or nothing like that. It was just I don't know what it was, but luckily the spring comes and I walk to the locker room to work out just on my own. And I saw the team working out, and I saw 2 players from South Pike that had just beat me in high school and won the state championship.
Okay.
Beat me twice.
Yeah.
Both years to go to state championship. They won one year.
Yeah.
They out there on the team. And one of them played DB, and I knew he wasn't better than me. And I was looking like,
oh, I'm finna go out there.
this not finna happen. So I went upstairs, knocked on the door. Coach Jones was sitting with his back towards me. Walked in the door, I said, hey, Coach, I want to play football. And he was like, all right, what's your name, son? I said, Damon Felder. He said, man, he turned his chair around. Yeah, he said a couple words, but basically, where you been?
Yeah.
I was like,
I've been on the yard.
I said, you know, Coach, I was going through some problems. So they made me practice the entire spring, man. They wouldn't give me a shimmer shirt, shorts. They didn't give me none of that. They made me wear my Macomb stuff because the coach kept saying he not gonna be here. They just thought I was gonna quit. They were like, he ain't gonna make it.
Try to weed you out.
So they gave me some old raggedy helmet, man. It like was spray painted, had blue in it. It was bad. Raggedy shoulder pad. They had like pieced together with
They just out there looking.
Sent me to a pile of shoes, like just find you some. I had to find a match to it. Like I might have had a 10 and a 9.5. Like it was bad, man.
Come on.
They were dogging me so bad, man. But I made it through it, man. It did
Yeah.
purple and gold game by the end of spring. I started at corner. And from there, I came in at the third corner behind Dante Dowers and Malcolm Jones and Eliante Bell, but Bell broke his wrist. So when he broke his wrist, that moved me up. And shoot, first game against Gremlin, I was starting in the nickel.
Man, that's crazy. So it's two things you highlighted. I want to highlight what you said. Man, what's your most, you with the Alcorn with Steve, what was your most memorable moment? I know it was a lot. You know, I'm a Steve McNair fan. So I want to know you was there, like, so what was your most memorable moment that Steve gave you?
In a game or just him?
Practice in the game. I know you got some practice
in
stories.
Practice? Oh my God, we had he played in a line. I ain't even gonna call his name because it's funny. He was a freshman. I guess he was trying to make an impression on coaches. I don't know what he was thinking. But they call Max Superman. You know? Can't touch Superman.
Yeah.
Stay away from it. Know how you going to
Can't touch the quarterback.
You tap the quarterback and let him know you say. Don't even do that. Don't come within 6 feet of this man. He don't even need to feel your wind going by him.
Gotcha.
They would lose their mind.
Yeah.
Dude comes off the end and hit him. He's standing there. Man, I can't even say words that the coach was saying. Man, he didn't even keep playing football, the guy. I don't know if they kicked him off or they ran him off or he just quit on his own.
Everybody ready to fight him.
Ready to send that man, give him a first-class ticket from Norman back the way he came from. Ain't no planes out there.
Nah, man.
Man, it was bad. But on the field, man, man. Like most people gonna say the Southern game.
Southern game,
that was beautiful. Like
well, he did that. He just took over the game.
My best memory of him was the Jackson State when they played Valley in Jackson.
Okay.
And remember was it Valley or Jackson State? Remember he had hurt his hamstring and they hit him out of bounds.
Yeah.
And we just thought like he ain't finna get up from that.
Yeah.
And came right back in that game through touchdowns. I was like, this dude was on one leg, man. Cause remember they went to play Youngstown in the playoff. Remember he was still hurt.
Yeah, he still hurt. That was Jackson State that he hurt his hamstring.
It was Jackson State. So man, it was nobody tougher than that dude. Like when the game on the line, cause at that time, man, Alcorn defense wasn't really good. They wasn't really good at all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that group that played when I was not on the field at the time, 94. That's y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But they wasn't that great, man. They wasn't matching what Steve. But it was a lot had to do with the offense too, because the offense go out there and score fast defense right back on. Stuff like that. Yeah. But they wasn't really stopping people like they should. Right. You know, games was 56, 59, stuff like that. So the stuff he would do, man. Like they would just they said he would come over there and tell the defense, just give me one stop. Yeah. If you just give me one, we got the game. And he'll go out there and win the game. Yeah. The dude was amazing, man. Words can't explain, man. People do not. I don't think they give him. People give him respect. You know, he gonna always get respect for the type of person he was in his game, whatever. But I don't think he really gets the proper respect for the stuff he did on the field. Like,
it was amazing, man.
And then for him to transition that to the NFL, and he was doing the same things all the way to that 1 yard line Super Bowl. Yeah. Man, you can't put that man in the Hall of Fame.
Got to,
that man in the Hall of Fame.
Got to, man. So what was your I'm gonna tell you my most memorable moment when you was playing. But I want to know your most memorable moment at Alcorn as a player.
Okay, what you got, man?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you did.
All right, it's heartbreaking, man. It was about your senior year. Y'all played Southern. That game was a good game, man.
Oh my God!
I remember that game like it was yesterday, man. We was there. We was on the reservation, man, and Southern kicked that long field goal and beat y'all at the end, man. That was a good game though. It's always a good game with Southern though when y'all play.
Yeah, I like playing Southern more than I played Jackson State. Everybody know Jackson State Alcorn big rival, but Southern, because Southern fans, they match our fans. Yeah. And because our fans, you know, they loud, rowdy, crazy. Yeah. Southern the same way. Yeah. They may be worse than we are. You know, Jackson State fans are a little more reserved. You know, they talk noise. They gonna talk noise, but I don't really care about Jackson State like that. Forget y'all. Yeah, I said it. You see my hat. But you want my
Yeah, I want
my
your
best.
memory moment, man.
Good and bad, or which one?
Both. You get both.
Bad is Southern. That Southern game my senior year.
Yeah.
Because for 4 years, I lost to Southern.
Yeah.
We lost my freshman year. We came back. We was down like 50-something. We was bad at halftime. We came back with the 6 points, and they beat us that year. Second year, I would come back off injury, and we had them. It was like 17-14 in the fourth quarter, and we got 3 pass interference plays on 4th downs every time.
That's it.
And they scored, beat us 21-17.
I'm sick.
My junior year, I went off that game.
Yeah.
I had interceptions, man. I went off, and we ended up fumbling the ball, and they picked it up and ran it back.
Heartbreak.
And then my senior year, we had them beat with no timeouts, and they kicked that last minute field
Kick
goal.
that field goal.
And I was
in there.
tears. Oh
I
my
remember
God,
that, man.
tears. But good memories, man. I think the best memory I had was my sophomore year. We were playing Texas Southern, man, and they threw 2 bombs, like 80-yard bombs on me. And we all cornered in. We was straight man coverage 0, and they threw 2 bombs like deep, and I broke them both up in the end zone. And I think from that day, a couple of people knew me, from my freshman year, whatever. I didn't have any interceptions in it either, so I wasn't a real known popular name. But after that game, I think I really started getting recognized. People started knowing who I was. So
Right.
those were probably the 2 best and worst memories. And you see, I ain't had Jack State in there.
Well, yeah, I went to all them games. Yeah. It was tough for y'all. We ain't gonna bring it up, man. We gonna bring it up.
Hold up, man. Oh, you talking about Jackson State?
Man.
That's 2 years, man. That was only 2. My junior, senior year. Now,
Sylvester
remember
Morris show.
my freshman year, freshman and sophomore year. Maybe my sophomore year. One of them, we played them for the SWAC championship.
Your senior year was a pretty good game too. They just outscored y'all.
But we played for the SWAC championship. But think of my freshman or sophomore
It was
year.
freshman year.
And Percy Singleton, we ran that punt back and kick out, and they called it back, and we ended up losing. Yeah, but my junior year, oh no,
Don't talk about
it was
that.
no way we were going to win that game. I will admit that.
They was really good. They were really good though.
There was no way possible, man. I'm going to go and tell the truth about that. But
Yeah.
I heard you bring up Sylvester Morris, man.
Yeah, he was
He was all right.
big cat. Man.
He was all right. Yeah, he was all
That
right.
man did a Spider-Man on y'all.
He was.
Man, catch a touchdown.
Let me say this to all
Ooh,
my Damon
Cannon,
Felder
you know
fans. My junior year, Sylvester Morris did not beat me on a touchdown.
It was blown coverage.
Mario Mouton, we was in a cover 3, and Mario Mouton bit on a play action fake. I was chasing Sylvester to the post. That was not my man. Did the microphone hear me? That was not me. I was trying to recover from a blown cover.
What did he do after that? What did
Spider-Man that thing for 80
Caught
yards,
a touchdown,
man.
and he jumped on the upright.
And they shot the cannon at the
And
same
they
time.
shot the cannon at the
And
same
I was
time.
standing in his zone watching it, and while everybody looked at me, and everybody else was about 40 yards away, so it looked like he
It
just
looked
beat
bad.
me.
It looked bad.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the end zone. I never forget that. I was in the end zone. Man, how is he wide open like that?
Oh my God.
I didn't know my boy
If
at
I would
the
have
time.
known now,
Yeah.
I would have played it out like I didn't see him and just let it keep going. But me, I'm a team player, man. So hey, I'm gonna let Mouton's a freshman. I'm gonna chase him. Let me go help him out, man.
Yeah, that
Mario Mouton, you owe me one, man. You owe me one.
Yeah, man. So, man, you had a great career there, man. You got a chance. Draft time coming, man. So, how was that?
I'm gonna keep this brief.
Yeah, man. So we'll fast forward. We'll speed it up just a little bit. Play with the Miami Dolphins, man. Like, talk about that experience.
Well, okay. The draft experience is nerve-wracking for one. My advice to anybody going to a draft or any senior, junior, whatever that got draft stock and they saying that you're a prospect, pick the right agent. That's my thing. I had an opportunity to pick a really good agent. He had called me, we talked, everything was fine. And I listened to some other people that told me I need to get an agent like locally that I can be able to walk up to and talk to or whatever. So I kind of passed on him. And he ended up signing Donald Driver, right? So he wanted to sign me a driver anyway. So, and actually, Driver got him to talk him into signing one of our other corners who ran a 4.2, but didn't have the great numbers and stuff like that. And he actually got him in the camp at Oakland. He was a real good agent, real good. I went with somebody that, well, it wasn't too good. And
I got
you. And I think he really signed me as a favor to one of my friends who had signed me, because the safety that I played with, Willie Smith, who was my boy, it was his agent.
Okay.
And I think because I was going back and forth, and a couple people had stopped talking to me because they were like, he ain't gonna sign. So I was kind of without one, and he kind of talked him into it, but he wasn't really good, man. He just really took a chance on me because of somebody, but then when he found out that I could really play, then he tried to back me with a lot of stuff, but it was a little too late for all that. But
I got you.
It was cool, man. But see, people don't understand the story. Like, I tell people I just went to Miami, but it's a whole deep story to that, man. Like,
yeah.
I graduated in '99. I didn't play till 2000.
Oh wow.
See, people don't realize that. I just leave all the other stuff out. So I set out a whole season. That fall.
So you just trained? Did you just train?
Yeah, I was working at Hazelhurst. I got a job coaching at Hazelhurst.
Wait a minute.
All right, so the draft goes by, right?
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my agent, and he giving me all this. We got Green Bay on the line. We got Jacksonville. My agent from Jacksonville. I got Jacksonville. We got Carolina. We got the Saints. I think those were the top 4, right? So, like, man, just get me in a camp somewhere. That's all I kept asking. Just get me in a camp. I don't need nothing else. Just get me in a camp. And nothing. So now I'm in school, getting ready to graduate. Driver leaves and go to Green Bay. Lee Terry, that's the other corner that played with me, leaves and go to Oakland. I'm outranked Lee Terry. I'm one of the top punt returner corners in the SWAC.
Yeah.
Top punt returner in the country. And I don't even get a free agent deal. And Lee Terry gone. That's the crazy part, man. And then I'm sitting there like, it was kind of heartbreaking, but
yeah.
So one of my coaches ended up getting a job at Hazelhurst. He asked me to come down and help him build a program, and myself and a couple other players went, and we just coaching. And I think it helped me out because that made me figure out I wanted to coach, because I wasn't an education major.
I got you.
Never thought of myself as a coach, but after doing that, then I was like, hey, I kind of like this. But well, come track season, and by this time, me, myself, and Willie gets a car, drive from Alcorn to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, for a combine to work out. So we drive.
Well, how many days I was on?
I woke up in the mountains in New Mexico. Not New Mexico, in El Paso, man.
Boy, y'all drove from Norman, Mississippi.
Agent wouldn't give us plane tickets, none of that.
Come on, man.
Smitty, dad, his name is Smitty. We call him Smitty. Willie Smith. Dad rented us a car.
Y'all drove across the country.
Trying to fulfill them dreams, man.
Yeah, man. It's real, though. That's real.
And I had a real good combine. And then the agent actually flew in and saw it, and saw me and was like, dang, you better than I thought you would. Yeah, that's how much belief he had in me.
Oh, man, that hurt.
But from all that, working out and doing all that, man, spring comes around, I'm the track coach for Hazelhurst, and get a call to go to Miami. And they were starting up a spring football league. So, you know, like NFL Europe, all this stuff they had, whatever. So, okay, so I'm going to go down there for that. Practice, play, all that stuff, whatever. And that would let me.
Man, that's what's up, man.
See, I be leaving all that out.
Yeah.
Explain it to everybody.
You got the Dolphins. You got to play for the Dolphins, man. You got to go inside a locker room, got on a training facility. You know, a lot of people couldn't say they was 1%er, man. So, you know, that's something you can kind of just pass on to everybody, man. For us, like, especially your two boys, man. You know, they coming up. So, I'm pretty sure they probably don't care. You know, how your kids really don't be.
They think they better than me.
Right. Yeah, the kids don't really care, man. So, man, after that Dolphin situation, man, like, you know, I know you end up playing. Like, what was you thinking at? Where you at that point?
It was, at the time, I got a grade 2 concussion. So, I ended up coming home, and it was kind of weird because it was like a relief. People think going to play professional ball is easy because they see the Sundays and Thursdays and Monday nights and all that, but the process during the week that stuff is real stressful because you have to worry about being cut, not getting hurt, the politics in it. It's a bunch of stuff that go into it. And then you coming in as a free agent opposed to somebody that drafted. It's a bunch of stuff that go into that. So you always on edge about something. And then you don't do a lot of tackling and stuff like that, but it's always on time, running here, running there. You gotta, it's real time consuming. Yeah. And you gotta be able to manage all that. And then the atmosphere played into another thing with me because I'm in Miami. I'd never been to Miami before. Right. Coming from Macomb to Alcorn and going to Miami. Yeah. Man, just the stuff that go on and you got to keep focus away from a bunch of stuff. It's
that Miami nightlife.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So a lot of that play into it. So when I got home, my sister met me at the airport in Jackson, and she was kind of tearing up or whatever. Like, it was like a relief for me. Yeah. Like, man, I don't think it had hit me yet that I wasn't playing no more, but it was like, I ain't gotta go through all this stressing every day. You know? I used to go in there every day and lay on the floor and wait till we had this linebacker from what was he from? West Virginia or something like that. He used to come in singing Trick Daddy every day. And I knew it was time to practice. I'd get up and go to practice then. But I would tell AD to check my locker because we would check each other's locker to see do we get cut. Okay. Because he's my boy, my roommate. But that was stressful. So when I got home, everything was cool. Like, okay. And then I think like 2 months later, I was sitting at home being a bum. And man, my mama was like, you gotta get your life together, son. And it started hitting me then, like, I'm really not playing no more. Like, it's crazy, man. So I moved to Atlanta with one of my ex-teammates. And
well, you went to 2 big cities. You went to Miami, then you went to the A.
It didn't get no better, man. And at the time, my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, and she was on me like, you gotta get straight. You gotta do this. You can't be doing it.
Was Taylor born yet?
We had my daughter then at the time. She was pregnant when I was in Miami.
Okay.
So she was on me about that, and then my daughter, and I was just like, you know what? And I saw an Air Force commercial one day when I was in my room, and I said, I picked up the phone and called my uncle. He's a colonel in the Air Force, and I just asked him, I said, man, Mike, what made you join the military? Because he graduated from Alcorn. And he just started laughing. And he was like, nephew, I know what you're going through. I went through it too. I joined the military for 3 years, trying to figure out what I want to do. My last year, they gave me an opportunity to be an officer, and I've been here ever since. And I was like, cool. Yeah. Went downstairs, told them. They started laughing at me. So I said, okay, I'm going back to Macomb. Called my friend, left and went back to Macomb, man, and joined the military.
Okay, how long you stayed in the military?
4 years.
4 years. All right, after the 4
active.
Active, okay, active. 4
years active.
So after your 4 years, you decided to go back into coaching?
Yeah, that's what it was, man. It was actually, I left because I got deployed. That what got me out. Because I went 2003, 2004, I was in Iraq. Like when war first jumped off, when the missile was shot to Iraq, I was on the first wave going. So I was in the desert, laying on the ground, sand flies, laying in the cot, no air, no food. I was there doing all that time. Craziness. Yeah. So came home because it was time for me to re-enlist while I was over there. I was like, I'm not doing that. So I ended up coming home, getting out. I left Fort Hood and drove straight to Alcorn. My wife had already got me in grad school. She was in school. So got there in grad school, and my friend got a job at Jefferson County as the head coach and told me to come help. Or I get coaching again. So I'm like, okay, I go down there. We end up going to playoff. Like, man, I kind of like this. Yeah. So got my degree in education, and it should have been, that was it.
So man, you know, you coach football and track, and this one particular year, man, you end up winning a state championship, man. You a state champion. Where you ring at, man?
Oh, dang. And when you go crazy, my son just asked me that. He was like, why you don't wear this ring? It's a souvenir, but I mean, it was mostly for
I don't wear my ring. I don't wear
it. It was mostly for the kids, man. But that one season, it was special, man. Man, them kids worked like, it was ridiculous, but for them to come out, but they predicted it. You know, they said, "Coach, we're gonna win a state championship this year in track." So they ended up winning. And
you gotta see. That's a lot of people don't know you ran track at Alcorn as well.
oh, yeah. That's when I found out I wasn't as fast as I thought I was.
Found some horses on that track.
Man, for all you high school kids, college is a whole different breed. My wife ran track too, so you know.
Yeah.
That was another reason I went on out there.
Man, that's what's up, man. I kind of like when we met when you and your wife had moved, when your kids moved down. I don't know if you came from Brookhaven or Macomb.
I came from Macomb. We were living in Brookhaven. She was a counselor at Brookhaven.
Gotcha. So y'all came, met him. Man, who was this dude, man? Who was this cat,
Talking loud.
Man, I said, did we get to talking, man? I don't know how he got on Alcorn. He got on Alcorn. That's how I just remember. Man, my daddy went to Alcorn. I know it was. Me and Gary was talking about HBCU ball. I played at Tuskegee. He played at Southern.
Yeah.
And he like, y'all went to where? Y'all went to Alcorn. I said, what year you went? And then you already know, it just started a relationship. Man. And we just, I never stopped talking to you ever since then, man. But, you know, that birthed something that we just, you know, started down here on the coast, Driven Elite, man. Me and you used to always talk about, like, man, we need to bring something down here.
Man, we both went out there together, and it's real deep between me and him. I'm telling you, we went through some stuff together, but secrets we've told each other, stuff I know about him that nobody knew.
Yeah.
Stuff I would tell him, man. Like the ball, he taught me how to shave with a razor. Yeah. Because I was using clippers. But the crazy how we met, man, I was sitting in the room playing video games. That year I wasn't playing. Yeah. I'm in the freshman dorm with my door open, just playing Madden. And he would always walk by the room. And I just kept playing, and one day he walked by and he like, hey man, can I get it down? I was like, all right. So he came in, we just started playing. I didn't know his name, he didn't know mine. Yeah. And we had another teammate, Sam Simmons, who would come in too. And we would all just play Madden while they was at practice. And
that's crazy.
Crazy part was none of us knew we played football because we were in the freshman dorm.
Right.
We just playing video games, and then I think he said something to Sam about football because him and Sam knew they played, but they didn't know about me. And I was like, well, I play too. And like, oh, we just playing the game, talking crazy. And Sam was like, he from Atlanta. Hey, shout out, boy, we going to the league. I seen you. He like, yeah, we just laughing and playing. Didn't worry about that stuff. And Sam ended up going to Arkansas Pine Bluff and going off. But man, from that day, man, we every day it's just we talk each other, speak. We go to practice, go at each other hard, man. I don't think I even covered him my freshman or sophomore year in practice because you know he would always try to go with the big dog. Yeah. And then the top receivers wouldn't want to go with me at practice. I'm gonna go with that crowd, you know, my little self. So, but my senior year, like we would like go at each other.
Battle,
like,
one-on-ones.
Like if you saw us at practice, you wouldn't even think we were friends.
You don't like.
I'm talking about we.
You don't like between the white lines.
Trying to fight and it's bad. But from that, man, him getting drafted, me not getting drafted, it even got so deep. When I was going to Iraq, I called him. My cousin was playing for arena football for Green Bay, but my cousin and one of our other receivers were living with him at the time in Green Bay, and I called my cousin to tell him that I was getting deployed. And they were playing Madden. And I'm talking to him, and he was like, man, quick up here playing with himself. All you do is throw the ball to himself. And he got on the phone talking crazy. We were talking, and he's like, man, what you doing? And I said, well, I'm finna get deployed. Man, he was like, man, how about, what if I talk to the coaches up here and just get you a tryout to get you out of there? Just come up, you can just come up here, man. Yeah. To try to get me from going over there. I was like, nah, I'm done playing, man. Just, you know, I'm appreciative, but I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do, man. He was trying to get me out of going there, but from that, even to that, when I went, you know, we lost contact at some time because I was here in Mississippi and he was over there in the Green Bay and all that, whatever. But he would always, some kind of way, talk to me, man. And I think I was at Macomb teaching. He called or something like that because I let him talk to the students, and he was cracking jokes with them or whatever. But we just always find our way back talking or whatever. Yeah. And when I told him about what we were discussing about the little training thing, he was like, man, just cut out the middle, man. You ain't got to build it from the beginning. We just take one of mine and bring it there, man. You just run it for me. What you think about that? So
absolutely.
It was, man, it was shocking.
Yeah.
When he said it, I was like, man, stop playing.
Well,
He
I was like,
nah.
what are we waiting for?
Yeah, he was like, nah, just find a building. That's all he
Yeah.
told me. I was like, all right.
Absolutely, man.
But
Shout out to Donald Driver, man.
it's gonna be
Quick.
so great, man. You know, I took you up there. You saw it.
Oh man,
You saw it. You saw it before
man.
it even got to where the point it is now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I saw it from the beginning, man. You know, Quick gave us a blessing to come on, bring him down here. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to, you know, starting something for the whole state, you know. So
The biggest thing was his word was, because his wife is from here, and he see the difference from training in other states. And Mississippi not doing
right,
it.
we just trying to
You
holler.
know?
That's exactly what we're trying
And then
to
you look at the NFL per talent, we got the most players.
Yep. Per
But
capita,
people
yep.
gonna sit there and complain and fuss and them. No, it ain't. Look it up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the truth.
yeah.
So we getting there, and we not even doing the type of stuff that they doing in Texas and Florida and Georgia and stuff like that. We can start doing it now. Really, look how much, and then we can start educating them kids like ACT stuff,
Right.
Stuff
That's the stuff-
situation we went
yeah.
through.
Absolutely.
Hey, think about that. I'm a senior, about to graduate,
take the ACT.
and didn't even take the ACT.
Yeah.
And what if I didn't make the 18?
Right.
What was I gonna be? 'Cause I already turned down the junior college.
Yeah.
What was I gonna do then? So you know, stuff like that. And you know, after every workout, you know how we talk.
Yeah,
to
we
the
talk
kids,
to
man.
them.
We give them
Definitely
a couple nuggets here and there.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love doing that, man. But man, I ain't gonna hold you long, man. You know, I really appreciate you coming on, man. And this won't be the last time you come on the show. We might have to shoot in the gym, man. We'll do a gym special,
like
man.
that. Roll out a couch or something, man. Sit back.
Yeah, just sit back and just talk. talk about my
Don't.
07 national champions over against them 97 Braves, man.
Listen, man. Listen. 97.
That the year Sylvester got y'all in 97 though, didn't he?
Hold on now. Wait.
Yeah, that 97 team, y'all top 5 defense. 96,
Top,
you
talking about in the SWAC or in the...
y'all was in the country.
Yeah, top 3.
Top 3
Don't say
then.
5.
Top 3.
Number 1 in the SWAC.
We had one of the most prolific offenses in HBCU history.
Man, they had... Listen, you Jackson State people stuck on Dion right now. I keep talking about all these transfers. Go look at the 1997 roster at Jackson State. Boy, they had Toby Miles. They had Tony Blackshear. All them boys transferred. This ain't nothing new. So,
Hey, I got nothing to do with it.
See, hey, all you people in SWAC land, y'all be looking at all this transfer and popularity that's going on right now in the SWAC. This stuff been going on.
Yeah.
Marcus Taylor played with me, and he came from LSU. Dad came from Rice. Well, like, this stuff has been going on. We just wasn't publicized.
Yeah.
Now, why? All right, at the beginning of the interview, I said this stuff about Dion, right? Deion Sanders is the greatest cornerback to ever play football.
Agreed.
He is my idol. I hope to meet him someday. And I'm going to tell him he is the greatest. That he got me through a whole bunch. He changed my whole attitude at defensive back, right? But as a coach at Jackson State, ooh, he is the enemy.
You can't talk to him.
Oh my God,
Oh,
man.
man.
That hurt my feelings. How you gonna take my idol and
Take him
put
to
him
my
to
rival
the
school?
enemy, man? Now he doing a lot. You know, people put it on him a lot. Say he doing a lot for the SWAC.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I stay out of them conversations because I have other stuff to say.
Mm-hmm.
But he's bringing a lot, like, even regardless of what he's doing for Jackson State, because that's what it's mostly about, you know. And that's his school, so he's supposed to do it for his school.
Absolutely.
But the limelight that he puts on Jackson State, it does shine for everybody else.
It
in the
does.
SWAC
I
too.
agree,
So,
man. It is good for all of us.
it's good for everybody. But
man.
what I'm mad at, why y'all don't give respect to Fred McNair? That he's like, what they doing? Like, magazine, man, they don't even be having Fred. Like, dude, how many times we won the SWAC championship? How many times we won the SWAC East? Jackson State went 1 year. They got all these coaches, Dion, all these people up here, and Fred McNair is not on it. This man has never had a losing season, man. Never.
That's tough, man. He got to get the respect, man.
Like, what else he got to do? We win. So we got to win that championship.
I guess so,
So
man.
Jackson State shouldn't win that championship either this year, which I told you they weren't going to do. That's just a whole different story. Plus, we played North Carolina A&T.
Yeah.
Who they played? I ain't disrespecting nobody's school, but North Carolina A&T is something serious. You know that.
Man.
They was serious.
They
Tariq Cohen and all that. Boy,
That was the truth.
even though they cheated us. Chris Blair caught that touchdown.
Yeah.
They say he was out of bounds. So they owe us one on that. Yeah. I hold up for my school.
Yeah, I see that, man. Man, you crazy.
Now everybody comments. Hey, you know SWAC hate around here, man. I love all SWAC is beautiful.
Yeah,
you got a chance to go, any kid, all that, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, we're gonna sign off, man. It's SMACM World, man. I got my boy Coach Felder here, man. An Alcorn great, man. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. Ooh. Put that man in the Hall of Fame, man. When we gonna see y'all later, man. Peace.
Yeah, Chico, talking to the bad guy. Yeah, Chico. Yeah, Chico, you're talking to the bad guy. Toothpicking your eye. I'm that guy. Hey, y'all. Something happened to these, something happened to you, okay?